Good morning, y'all. Okay, so I am live, and there we go. We connected. I was waiting on that Facebook connection to happen. So if you're joining us right now, you're joining us live this morning. Hello, good morning. Hope you had a beautiful weekend, everybody. This is too funny to me, y'all. I've been in here struggling because the computer wouldn't upload, and now it just popped up as soon as I went on my iPad and said, "Well, forget the computer. I'm gonna go over here." Then it wants to act right. Listen, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, well, we in here now. So I'm excited because God always makes arrangements to keep my mind going. I am Tennille. I'm the CEO of F2G Network and everything F2G. I'm here every morning, Monday through Friday at 7:45 a.m. with you all to give you motivation and inspiration for your life. This is literally not that I'm a master class. This is not that I am a scientist with this. It's not that I am even to the place of being like a professional with this. This is literally this broadcast, and I'm gonna call it a broadcast because it will be going to the radio station soon. But this broadcast is literally for me to inspire you right where you are. It's a plain way of talking about things, just the simplicity of it all is it makes you be able to move forward. And I'm excited to give a testimony about what Morning Social has done for someone. And I'm excited about starting on the way. So we're going to get going with prayer like we always do because we got to make sure we're covered, right? So let's get it going. And if you're joining me right now on Clubhouse or on Facebook, go ahead and share this broadcast with three or more of your friends. Get some people on here with you. Let's go. Even if it's on the replay, have them listen to the replay and leave comments. So you got a comment section. Let's use it. All right, so let's go. Good morning, God. Thank you for allowing us another day to be with you, and thank you for allowing us another time to worship you and to talk to you and to hear from you. We thank you, oh Father God, because you are strength and power for us in every way. And we ask you, God, to cover over us and keep us. We thank you, oh God, for every voice and every ear that is being heard under the sound of my voice. Every voice, oh Father, that will express themselves on today. We thank you for every comment that's in the comment section, oh Father God. And we thank you that it's positive vibes only. We ask that you block any attacks of the enemy that will come in to try to distract people from where they need to go. We ask that you come in, oh God, and block any comments that will be made negatively in the comment section or even live on air. We thank you, oh Father God, for you being just Alpha and Omega in our lives, the beginning and the end. You are the person who connects with us, keeps us, and shows us the way. We thank you that this broadcast will impact at least one. God, you left the 99 to go find the one. So if there's one that we can impact on this morning, we thank you for that. And we appreciate you for all that you do in our lives. God, we ask that you pour even the more over the finances of the people. We ask that you cover over their mindset and give them wisdom to be able to go forward in life and make sure that they are set up and have a plan for what they're doing. We thank you, oh God, that people have been writing all weekend for that vision and making sure that it's set before you for you to approve. And you've made whatever alterations you needed to. And at this point, God, we thank you for the end result, that blueprint that keeps us going and will continue to keep us going. We ask you, God, to cover over our lives and just touch us and keep us throughout the day. And we thank you for your love, your kindness, and your patience. And God, I ask you that if there's anybody who has not ever been able to pray, doesn't know how, didn't know how to get started, that is hearing this now, has tapped into prayer and understands that all they have to do is have a conversation with you. It's just a conversation between you and them. Even if it starts off with yo, even if it starts off with ghettoism, even if it's hoodism, even if it's in another language, God, we thank you because it is them. So as they come to you authentically, them, we thank you for all of that. And so, God, I ask you right now that we have intercessors, your ministers, your preachers, your pastors, your apostles, your teachers, any of your fivefold who are struggling, oh God, to get a prayer out today, oh Father, because we know that they can get a prayer through. We thank you, oh Father God, that they are not struggling alone. And we thank you that we have their backs today. So as we pray, they can tap into that prayer and pull a prayer out of themselves on today. We thank you for not leaving them, not leaving us in Jesus' name. Amen. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Type in the chats where you're from, if you're coming on a hashtag replay, if you're listening on the replay, and let us know where you're from. We want to know who is joining us on our nice little broadcast this morning. And I'm so excited about it because God normally gives me about 30 minutes. I think Friday, y'all, we was on here for almost 2 hours talking about finances and talking about how to change things up practically. And that's what this broadcast is about, getting to where you need to get to practically. It doesn't take a whole lot of extra to get started. And that's where we are with you all. People have gone above and beyond to make sure you have what you need when you get to a certain state. But this is where we are. What about getting you to that place where we're able to get you to that state of mind? But you got to get somewhere first. You got to get to the beginning. You got to start. You gotta you listen. I done gotta you you have to get to that place of peace to know that if you are stepping out on faith, that when you step out on faith, your faith is activated to expand. It doesn't stay in that one place. You actually expand. So we're asking God on today to help our minds expand. We want to make sure that we are moving forward with everything that He has given us to give out. And if I learn it, then I don't have to be a master of it to share it with somebody else. And like I said earlier, I am not a master of, I am not a total instructor. Like, I'm not a professional counselor in any of this. I'm literally a woman who has a business that gives me a platform to be able to help other people. And if God tells me to do it, I'm going to go. So in this fivefold ministry of who God is and all of His anointing that He's placed in me and all His giftings, I'm going to give y'all everything I got because I want to leave this earth poured out. And if I can give it to somebody that's going to utilize it, then yes, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm excited to be back with you all today. This is a very beautiful Monday, nice and cold in Chicago. I don't know what the weather is like where y'all at, but yeah, nice and cold in Chicago. So we are joined today to go with Morning Social. And our Morning Social topic today is to get social. Point blank, that's it. Get social. I'm just so tired of not being able to be social, or even people who were not social before the pandemic, like, well, I'm gonna stay where I'm at because this didn't bother me. That was me. It didn't bother me. I wasn't really a social person. Like, I didn't go out and hang out with everybody. I didn't kind of try to make myself be in areas of other people. I went where I wanted to go when I felt like going. I went where I was comfortable at. I don't like crowds, which is weird. I know people go, how are you in radio and doing the events that you do and you don't like crowds? I love to see people happy. I don't like crowds. Like, I've always been like that. I just don't like a bunch of people around me, but I love to see people smiling. I love to see people happy. I love to see people enjoy themselves. I know I'm a little weird in that area, but I love it. It fits me. And that's me. And I have no shame in that being me. I am one of those people who will sit and talk to you and you would think I'm an extrovert, right? Because I will talk to everybody. I will socialize with everybody. I will hang out with everybody. I'm great with that. No problem. I am such an introvert, y'all. I love being at home. I love being in the house by myself. I love it when it's quiet. I love it when it's just me and my TV or me and my game on my iPad playing my little bubble game, or designing stuff up or putting makeup on somebody. That's that introvert in me. That's me. I am literally that person. I'm that girl. I like to be at home, but I also like to get out and have fun. I like to travel. I like to be out and travel across wherever I can go. I'm excited about my first trip to go out of the country. I'm excited about that. I haven't planned it yet. I'm just gonna put that out there. It's not planned, but I'm excited about it. Hey, Brianna, I just looked over at Clubhouse. I'm like, wait a minute. Let me bring her on up here. You can come up and speak if you want, or you can rest there if you ain't got nothing to say right now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, you sound hyped up. How you doing?
That's a lie. I'm just putting on a face. But yeah, I'm doing good.
That's good. That's good. I am literally, y'all, excited about this weekend. It's so funny that Brianna jumps on here because I told y'all at the beginning, I said I want to share a testimony about something that happened with somebody over the weekend. It was actually Brianna who blessed me with this. Talking to her at an event that we were setting up, and I actually was put on to help set up vendors for this event. And in the process of it, Brianna was blessed, and I'm not, see, that's not my testimony until I can only tell this part. Brianna was blessed with some things while we were at the event, and one thing she said to me after that, where I told her, I said, we've been talking. She was like, God is just working. He's just doing. And I was like, yeah, he's just doing. He's working. I mean, it's all about her. Like literally was getting blessing after blessing in what, a couple of hours. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I love that. I'm okay when it's not me and it's somebody else. Y'all, I worship and honor God with them because it's about them. And that's why I say I love to see people happy. The point of this morning social is to help you get to your next. So if God opens a door for you and you can walk through it, I'm going to celebrate with you, even if I'm on the other side of the door. I'm going to stand there and holler. I'm going to scream and I'm going to shout with you. I'm going to jump around with you. I'm going to tell God how good he is with you, because at the end of the day, I'm worshiping what he has done. At the end of the day, I'm acknowledging that God is still God. At the end of the day, I know that if he'll take care of you, he'll take care of me. I know that if I need to get something or have something to have, he going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Brianna said, because it's in the room and it's go hit you this, hit your house next, that part. That whole part. So with all of this, we want to make sure that we're doing great. But something she said, we talked about graduation last week, and she brought that back up, graduation. This is why I do this. This is why I do this. Because if something I said resonates in your heart and your mind and your spirit, because God told me to, then I did what I was supposed to do. Remember, I just told y'all this morning, God left the 99 to go get the one. So if I just get that one testimony after this whole time that I'm doing morning social, that's the one that resonates with me. I'm good. I know that I'm doing what God told me to do. I did that because one of his children are happy with it. And they were able to apply it. So we are moving about our day today. Just saying, be social. So let's talk more about getting out there. I know that for me, the pandemic hit and it was hard. Um, it was hard for most people. I should say that. I was fine. The reason why I was fine, y'all, is because, again, I'm an introvert who people think is an extrovert. Brenda tried to tell me something. B said it was a name for it when you're an introvert and an extrovert. And I'm like, whatever that is, that's me. I can adjust. When I have a job to do, I'm going to turn it on. Let's go. Let's hype it. And it took me a long time to get here with everything I've been through in my life and being told to shut up for years. And I mean, literally, y'all, kept quiet for a long time. I couldn't talk to people. I couldn't say stuff to people. I was restricted on what I could say. I literally will sit here and talk to you about everything that I need to talk to you about. You can ask me questions. I'm going to try to answer them. If I don't have an answer, I'm going to find somebody who does. But in the process of that, I learned how to be alone. And I learned how to be happy with myself being alone. And that took a process. Because when I started to realize that I had other people dictating how my life was going to go, I changed the narrative. I took me out of that narrative and said, I'm just going to block myself off. And when I say I blocked myself off, and I'm not telling anybody to do this, but this was my way and I needed this for my own sanity, I cut off my entire family. I was good. And when I say entire, I cut everybody off but my mom and my son. Let me say that. But my mom and my son. My son was in the house with me, and my mom is my life too. So I made sure to contact her. But everybody else, mm-mm. When you start harming me in my life and what you're doing affects my life and my child's life, I gotta go. For a short stint, I did not talk to my mom because she caused a lot of drama right at the end, but I didn't know at the time that she had dementia either. So I cut her off for about 6 or 7 months. And I thought about it, that's my mom. I can't do her. I can't cut her off. In the process of all of that, I did learn some things about myself. In that 6 months, I grew so much in 6 months, y'all. When I say sitting around by myself with my son only and him not really talking, just he kind of like was doing his own thing, and he was in high school and he was just like, well, I'm going to do what I need to do. Okay, well, let you do your life and I'm going to try to figure out mine, because I need to get to a place where I'm happy with me. I broke off relationships that I was in for years and shouldn't have been in. I broke that off and I was so happy. I was like, gosh, I cried, y'all, the day I broke it off. And the guy thought I was crying because we were done. Well, I was, but not the way he thought. I was crying because I actually did it. I have been saying for a while, like, I'm going to break this off. I'm going to leave this alone. It is unhealthy. And I told y'all before, I'm honest. So that year, before, we were still fornicating. So when this happened, I literally had shut him down on that. Like, nope, we ain't doing that. And tried to shift it into my own mindset. Rihanna, I'm thinking you somewhere you can't talk. She is typing, y'all. Y'all should see this. It says, you have to put yourself first, Lucius. Breathe. Breathe. Let me tell you something. I did that to Brandon. I got to put myself first, Lucius. I got to put myself first. Yes. Yes. You have to put yourself first. Listen, this is not a game. If you don't put yourself first, you'll always be last. And when you're last, you start to feel like other people don't appreciate you, but being real, real. Listen, understood. Yes, ma'am. Being real. If you if you keep putting yourself last, you start thinking it's other people when it's you. So then you start blaming other people like, hey, they don't respect me, or they don't acknowledge me, or they don't. No, that's you. They're treating you the way you teach them to treat you. You put yourself last. So they put you last. What did you think they was gonna do? If you put me last, then I should expect for me to be put last. Yes, that whole part, Brianna. I'm telling you, you put me last. So you having to have a Baptist fit. Listen, well, get your two step on then. I'm just saying it. Well, what Pastor say, knipping. We knipping in Chicago, so it's like you have to go through these steps of getting yourself together. And in the process of you getting yourself together, you have to understand that whatever you create yourself into is what people are going to treat you as. And you can only allow people to treat you the way you want to be treated. If you don't, then they're going to continue on to treat you certain ways, but it's not going to be what you accept. You put yourself last, and then they start treating you like you last. And you start getting offended because you made yourself a last. Because they're treating you the way you made yourself. You taught me how to treat you. I had to change all of that. I had an ex boyfriend. It's so funny. God brings this up to me. I try to ignore or forget the ex boyfriends a lot now because I want to just move on with my life. But God will randomly bring up something that they say. And it's funny because I've learned stuff from them. And this was somebody that wasn't, I guess I would say he wasn't exactly a boyfriend. He was a bed buddy. And so, have been knowing him since I was 8 years old. And because of that, our conversations were different because I had known him so long. And so we were talking one day, and he said to me, um, "You know what? There's three types of women." He said there is wife material, there's girlfriend material, and then there's side chick. And he said you've made yourself side chick, and that's why people treat you like the side chick. Now, mind y'all, I was younger. I took that to heart. I was like, it's easier being the side chick. And the funny thing about it was the guy that I was dating before him was married, but I need y'all to understand this was Brandon's dad, and we had Brandon before he got married. So when he claimed he was divorced, I got back with him. Well, he wasn't. So I learned my lessons there. He wasn't divorced. And so in the process of all of that, that's why I was like, what in the world is it with me that the guys I date don't see me as a wife? But I know I'm a wife because I can do all the things that a wife does. But my mindset of how I had them treating me was not set up to be treated that way. I had them treating me the way I was acting. And so if you act outside chick, then you gonna definitely be side chick. Brianna's in agreement with that. Listen, I'm telling y'all, and when he said that to me, I was like, what in the world? I said, so is that the way you see me? He said, no, I see a wife because I know you. He said, I personally know you. So I definitely see a wife. I know you to be a wife. He said, and I just always tried to figure out why has she chosen the side chick role? But it was convenient for me. Growing up in the household I grew up in, you learn how not to be seen. I learned how not to be seen, not to be heard, not to, you get what I'm saying? Where I'm going with this, not to be seen, not to be heard, not to be acknowledged, mistreated. Nobody's gonna be there. If you don't know how somebody's supposed to treat you, then girl, we can have a coffee meeting on this. Listen, I'm telling you. Then you go through a whole channel of all of these feelings. And when you know that that's what you used to and it works out for you, then you go into that mode of how you were treated, right? So they trained me to be something I'm not. And I was trained to be in that run over me, you ain't got to live with me, you ain't got to marry me, you ain't got to be here. Like literally my stepfather called me a cow once, and it was like, wait a minute. He literally called me a cow, and I said, now I can put this to play with this. What do they say about marriage? Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? You got to remember those things connect, and when people say stuff to you, it sticks in your brain. So you adjust yourself to fit what everybody else is saying what you do. Well, I adjusted myself and then readjusted myself because I realized who I am. And being real, that ex, I'm still gonna call my he's still my buddy. But that not my bed buddy. Let me fix that. Cause see, he's still my cool friend who has been for years. But he's married now and off to his own life. Okay, y'all. I need y'all to understand. Ain't no creeping on that. Last married man I messed with was Branda's dad, and we're done. So, um, with that being said, I have to make sure I clear that up. I don't need no rumors. I'm just saying. Um, with him saying that to me, I had to talk to him more. We literally sat on my front porch and talked about why I should stop portraying myself as a side chick. He was like, I want to date you, but I know you won't date me. And I was just like, why you say that? He said, because you're going to think that I'm trying to lock you down. I'm trying to keep you quiet. I'm trying to keep, because he knew how my household was. He knew I was being abused too. So he knew everything. So he just went on and on and talk about it. And y'all, that motivated me so much. So shout out to Kevin real quick. Um, he was real cool to talk to me about it and sat there with me for a minute. It was like, do you understand what I'm telling you? That you need to change this. Like this, if you ever want to be somebody's wife, that you need to start acting like you're somebody's wife. That means don't present yourself as a side chick. He said, now once you get married, you can side chick up with him. Be his side chick. I said, right, his side chick, his girlfriend, the other woman, you can be all that with your husband. And he taught me that sitting on my front porch. Right then and there, I decided I am no longer somebody's side chick. Now, let me explain something to you about changing yourself. You can make the decision, but it may not happen right away. You can make this decision and have to go through life and adjust some things because you need to make sure that you are good on those areas. You need to hold on, we need to be honest. It's always the homies that wake you up. Yes, yes. And I mean, he was so cool about it. And it was you need to adjust everything out. And it may take you a couple of years to get that attitude right because you have to become that person. You don't want to portray to be that person. You want to become that person. Internally, externally, become that person. Not portray yourself as something that you're not. Because then you false flagging. Then you're an imposter. And imposter syndrome, the devil is a lie. I'm gonna get that out. Imposter syndrome is real. I know because I've been there. Imposter syndrome is real. I told y'all I was being a side chick and I wasn't. That wasn't my calling. Never was. I'm being something I was taught to be by somebody else. I fit a role, and literally the qualifications of a side chick is not to be talking about what you're doing. I was taught to keep my mouth closed. Well, I adjusted, and I started talking about everything. So you start to make sure that your life is set up to be what you need it to be. All right, look at that. Hey, Kelly Webb, she over here on Facebook. I didn't even know you was up and moving around. How you doing? As we are over here having these conversations. So we are talking about this morning, getting social. And you have to learn your role in life and walk that role out, not play the role. Walk it out. Bree says it takes 21 to 90 days to change a habit. Come on, to change it. To change it. Now, people have said it takes 60 days to break a habit. Brianna said 21 to 90 to change it. So imagine 90 days is 3 months, right? So if you got 3 months of worth of time to change something, will you take the moment to do that?
It also takes and go forward. So I know recently walking church, God was telling me I need the first 90 days of the year to rest on for me. And he said, don't move on first anything, just change. Baby, I'm not blessed to have a sister books.
I was going to say we can barely hear you because it's in and out. So we hear more of your background than anything.
Okay, hold on.
So y'all, with everything that has happened around us, we definitely want to align ourselves with what the Word of God says about you. So believe what God says about you. Lauren, I think it's Lauren Daigle. I want to make sure that I got it. She says that I am. Her song says, "I am who God says I am." I believe what you say that I who you say I am. So you don't have to be who they called you to be. It's Mama always said it ain't what they call you, it's what you answer to. This applies here. It's not what they called you. It's what you answer to. What are you gonna say? Who do you say you are? It goes back to the word of God. And I'm gonna find the scriptures to look me addresses this morning. I have a moment, so y'all know I'm gonna have to do my Google. Um, the word of God says that he asked the disciples who did they think he was. Jesus asked the disciples who did they think he was, and they said they didn't know. And then somebody said the Son of God. Let me tell you something. He was already walking in it, y'all. He asked them, "Who do you think I am?" Like I ain't gotta sit here and tell you, but who is it that you think I am? Because that's what I need to fix. Who you think I am? Who I am is not the biggest issue because I'm gonna be me. As long as I'm walking it out, I'm good. As long as I'm walking in who I say I am, I'm great. As long as I'm being that wife, as long as I'm being that entrepreneur, as long as I'm being that CEO, as long as I'm being that mother, I'm just taking care of my business. I'm in a positive light. I'm here and I'm mentally stable. Here I am. I'm before God. Great. But who do you think I am? Because your perception of me is gonna be the problem. If you are looking at me and you don't see who I am, then I need to change the way you see me. And this is the thing. People will come back and say, you can't change the way people see you. People gonna think about you the way they want to. Yeah, they can think of you how they feel. But when you look at me for real, because you can say whatever you want, but when you look at me for real, I need you to realize that you are not gonna be able to see nothing but who I am for real. Now you can turn around and lie, I don't think she that. Now that's fine. If that's you and that's what you do, great. But I promise you, these amazing women and men of God, these amazing women and men that's learning to know who God is, that's around me every day, that's talking to me and know my characteristics, know who I am. And they honor who I am. They appreciate who I am. They see the CEO of F2G. They see Branda's mother who don't play that. They see that hood chick when I gotta bring her out. They see that. Because I represent that. I make sure of that. They see the billionaire that I claim that I am already. I got a millionaire mindset that's going to take me over the millions into billionaire status. I need you to understand who I am. I'm that wife that her king has not found her yet. But he looking for me. So I'm making myself available now. And why he didn't find me before? Because I wasn't making myself seen. I made sure that my son told me, you have got to get out there so people can see you. Well, I got a plan for my life that I want to do, and I didn't believe that I needed to be fronting myself in front of anybody. So I was starting to do what I wanted to do. I'm setting myself up so that when my husband comes, he sees what I bring to the table too. I need him to see I got you and I got me. We us's, you know. I got your back. I want to be a power couple, and the only way you can be a power couple is to be. I'm either gonna be a socket or a plug over here. I want to be whatever's going to ignite something in the midst. That's what I want to be. Go ahead, Bree.
No, I was just saying, amen. I don't know how I put my background on that. That's my phone. And I'm supposed to get a background.
Oh, it's better now. It's not as bad as it was.
Oh, okay, but no, you are preaching on today about everything. So I'm gonna video. The official just put it up on over today.
I love Bree, y'all. She is hilarious. Bree, like, I got your back today. Okay, you just go ahead. But in the process of all of this, you really are setting yourself up for goodness when you can acknowledge who you are in life and acknowledge who you will be and acknowledge where you're going in life and not stop yourself from getting there. You block your blessings when you start trying to be other people. Because my thing is this: how God going? Well, okay, I make up stuff for myself to make it sound right for me. So for y'all, more of a simplicity people that like myself, who I don't like drawing out stuff. I'm like, get to the point, point blank. Okay, so I know God is all seeing. First, let me clear this up because I don't need nobody trying to come for me. Because you come for me, I'm coming back. I'm just letting you know. So I know that God is all seeing, all knowing, omnipresent. He around all the time. I know all of that, right? All right. So what I do is set myself up to think like he don't, right? And the reason being is that I want it to be known to myself. Like I know he can see all this, but what if he didn't? How do I do that if he didn't know? So I sit there like, I'm not gonna portray myself. I mean, if God was looking for me, is he gonna find me if I'm being somebody else he ain't create? He created me to be a strong tower. He created me to be a place of safety for people. He created me to be an intercessor. He created me to be a minister. He created me to be one of the best moms. I consider myself one of the best moms that I could ever be, especially coming from my background. And when your counselor tells you, I'm surprised you ain't lost your mind by now, then you know you did something good.
Child.
After talking to her for 3 years, was it 4 now? 4 years. She's like, yeah, through all of this, T, I didn't, my counselor has adopted me as her little sister, and it's so funny because she literally treats me like a little sister. But she's like, I'm surprised you haven't lost your mind with everything that you went through. She was like, you are the miracle that God talks about, mentally stable after all the stuff you've been through. And I tell her my side, they side, the other side, because I want to give her what God saw. Let me change that up for y'all. This is what y'all need to start saying. Stop telling people. Kelly said, girl, listen. It's not, it's you don't want to keep telling people, it's I know that this is the truth. Okay, I know this for the fact that this is true. That is this is our side, or I should say my side, their side, and then what God saw. I just want to tell the story that God saw. The reason being is that he ain't gonna lie, he ain't gonna add nothing to it, he ain't gonna take nothing from it. It's strictly set the way it was seen. It's a replay. It's like a playback of a video. You can't miss nothing. You rewind it and you let it go. That's what was going on there. Bree, you in this doggone profile. Bree got a profile for y'all who can't see it. Bree has a profile video going on where this dude is looking like he fighting his way up out of something. I'm just saying, get out. This is what you want to do. I need to be who I'm supposed to be and who I want people to see me as. I need to become that person. The reason being, Bree is tickling me with these videos. The reason being is that it's literally like I want God to find me like I want my husband to find me. And do I want my husband to find something broken, something not together, something all over the place? No. Do I want my husband to find me in a place of homelessness? No, because I've been there, done that, and I fought to get out of there. When you meet me, sir, I need you to understand that that's not where I'm going back to. So you need to have a plan already to keep us away from there. Amen. In agreement with you, Bree. Yes. When you find me, I need you to find me and you come as God has created you to be, because I don't want you broken either. So I'm praying for you already, that you mentally stable, that your heart is good, that you're a man who loves family, that you're non-abusive, that I won't trigger you with anything that I say, because I can be hood and ghetto sometimes and say some stuff that just, and it won't be something negative. It's just that I'm pretty blunt when I say things. So in the process of all of that, what can we do? You know, I'm about to press the horn button, girl. Don't you hit the horn. She say, "Come on now, Deaconess. I'm not gonna play with you this morning. Don't you hit that horn." Brady did that to us Friday. Bree scared everybody. So it was. I think he scared himself too, because he didn't know it was gonna do that. But it's a serious situation when you want to be who God called you to be. And all I keep saying is thank you, God. In my prayers, I literally say thank you, God, for allowing me to become the masterpiece that you created before I messed it up, or before my parents triggered it, or before anybody else came in and added to my mess up. It literally, we were a masterpiece at birth. When he put us down there, he was like, it got everything they need. We got here and came out and looked out in the world and got out here with our parents, and we became everything he didn't want us to be. It was like, oh, that one didn't quite make it to where I wanted them to go. Now they got to work for it. Kelly says, pray over your husband even before he comes. Yes, take that as notes. Prepare. Pre-prayer, okay? They talk about marriage counseling, and I got some marriage counseling for you. Pray for dude before he even get there. Call upon his heart to be able to receive marriage counseling before he even get there. Make sure that he has taken care of his family before he get there. Make sure he don't have no baby mama drama before he get there. Because I made sure I don't got no baby daddy drama. I'm taking care of the rest of that now. Making sure it's locked down. Because when he come, he ain't going to have to deal with nobody else's mess. And you can try me if you want to when it comes to my husband. No. I'm not, listen, not going to do that. Because at this point, I expect for, because I only have one child, so I expect for Brandon's dad to be that mature part of himself all the time. Going for it. The reverend needs to be in place. So there shouldn't be any issues. Because we've already severed those ties. There are no more soul ties there. She said, I'm coming like the horse and the rider after mass. Listen, and see, it's people don't understand. I was always that chick with whoever I dated. I felt like you should have my back. I mean, I ain't saying be hitting on no women if something jump off or pop off, but don't just be letting no pile ups happen. Let me go for what I'm going for and allow me to at least holler at me. Yo, it's another one. Because that way, I can defend me at full cost, all the way around 360. But I'm like, no, that's the way I always was growing up. When they would get into fights, because I was known for fighting guys too, I get in that fight too. You're not gonna just jump. I'm sorry, or you ain't gonna just starting stuff, and that's not what we're doing. And I dated hood guys, so it happened, you know, West Side all day. So I'm just saying, in the midst of all of that, you have to understand who you are, whose you are, and where you want to be at. What do you want them to call you? What do you want? What do you want to answer to? That's what you need to think, bro. Come on, God, that was for me. Who do you want to answer to? When people said something about T, well, Tennille, she was amazing, she was beautiful. I'm like, I want to answer to that. I want to be like, yes, I am. Thank you. I appreciate that. I want people to look at me and say, the woman of God made sure that she poured into you and she pushed you into your next. Yes, I did. And that's what I do. I want them to look at me and say she was an amazing mom. Because I look at Brandon and see an amazing kid. Now, don't get me wrong, he do get on my nerves, just like anybody else's kids does. But I know that when I look at him, I see the king that God called him to be. And I see where he's going. I see who he's going to be in life. And so I'm excited that I had a part in that. Yes, ma'am, that is legacy. I am literally that mom. I have a business breed called Legacy and Wealth. And I am literally the law. LAW, Legacy and Wealth with that. I'm the law with that. I want to make sure that all of those that are coming behind me have something to hold on to. Grandma left this, Big Mama left this, great great grandma left this. I'm telling y'all, I want them. I want those bells to ring in them when they first born. I want to be sitting there like it's all over again, like it's roots. I want to lift them up and say, look up to the sky and see the only thing bigger than you. I want them to understand authority. I want them to understand how authority works. I want them to understand how, when, and how to submit under authority. I want them to understand that people can say what they want, but the words literally cannot break you unless you allow it. When people say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, yes, they do. Words hurt. Stop lying to people. Stop telling these kids that words don't hurt. They do. I mean, I can ignore you. I mean, I've made that choice in my life that I'm going to ignore people when they say stuff. I've walked through it. Listen, arguments be going on around me about me, y'all. I don't say a word. I just be like, whatever. I don't care. What am I sitting here? But that's a choice. That don't mean that words don't hurt. I hear the words sometimes. Now, I get in there when I have to. Bree said, yes, stop lying because words can be curses. Listen, everything you speak, see, you be shifting stuff, Bree. You know that. So everything people speak is a word unto you when they say it unto you. Whether you receive it or not is important. Whether you denounce it or not is important. If you hear somebody calling, Kelly said, yes, they do. When you hear somebody calling you names, do you turn around and acknowledge that they said it? So if you call me the B word, you know that one that normally get people hit when they call you that. You call me that B word because ain't nobody's female dog. Um, do I turn around and go, I'm sorry, what? Because guess what? You just answered to it. You just literally answer to it. So if they saying stuff, you gotta come in my face. I have a real good habit, and I love to call it a good habit, of when people say stuff about me, I can know they're talking about me, but I promise you, I make them feel stupid. They'll say something about me off to the side, and I'll be like looking at somebody else. And you hear them talking about you, they ain't talking to me. And then you get that response back. Yes, you don't hear them? They're not talking to me. If they were talking to me, they would come in my face like an adult and say what they were going to say in my face like an adult. So if you're talking to me, respect of a person, come on around my face and say whatever it is you need to say, then I can acknowledge that you're talking to me. But if you're behind my back talking, you're not talking to me. You're talking at me. And or to whoever's around, and I'm really not acknowledging stupidity this morning, this afternoon, this evening, or good night. I'm just saying. Oh, Bree said it's the word stupid for me. Listen, let's get into that. My son came at my throat yesterday. We're gonna talk about that. Um, she said I'm yoking you across the table and shaking you to Jesus. Okay, so y'all, like I said, Brandon gets on my nerves. I get on his. So we had an argument yesterday, right, about something that he did that he claims that he didn't know he did, but I know he knows he did it. It's just that his part of it was in his sleep he don't remember stuff, and I'm like, this happened well before you were asleep. like I get that the second part of this conversation was when you were asleep, and I understand that, but we're not gonna just bypass that stuff happened. I'm just saying, I don't have time for that. So what happened was we were arguing about something. Yes, it was a full-on, heated argument. When I say heated, because I have always taught my son to express himself to me when he has something to say. Say what you need to say, son. I hear you. Just don't cuss. And I used to tell him when he was younger, don't get loud. Now, even now, I'd be like, watch your tone. But sometimes they need to get that out. And when they frustrated and yelling, it's because they're not being heard, right? Because that's me. If you're not hearing me, I'm like, okay, no, now you're trying to overtalk me and not hear me. So then I get louder and I get authoritative. Let me tell y'all, he told me, stop using your preacher voice. Because Brandon says I go into stuff like, no, so see, what we're not going to do right now is, and in this moment, so he was like, stop using your preacher voice. And I was like, oh my gosh. Are you serious? But in the process of us talking, he said something to me about him not what he does is he'll kind of take certain things or small parts of the conversation, and that's what he uses as I'm doing something to him. So before I went into mom mode, into my calm to kneel mode, I got heated. We're driving, y'all. I got heated on the way to church. I got heated, and I allowed the enemy to step in with me. And I allowed it because I got tired. Let me just be honest. This wasn't the enemy snuck in. No, he didn't. I snatched that door and was like, come here, bro, stand right here. Because I need to get at this one real quick. I'm going to apologize to God in just a minute. But right now, I need to get at this one right now. And I was like going there. What happened was when he was talking, him grabbing it, and Kelly, you still there? I know you are. So listen, y'all, this is what happened. So while he was talking, he said some stuff, and I was like, he picking at this conversation to make it seem like I'm picking at him instead of just accepting and acknowledging that you're wrong. I can't stand that. Do not act like you ain't do nothing. Acknowledge that's not the way I raised you. Acknowledge when you're wrong, except when you did something wrong. Say I did it, and let's move on from there. But don't get stuck right here on I said this or I did that and I did that and I'm trying, but my intentions. I don't care about your intentions. When your intentions allow you to keep doing the same thing over and over again, that's wrong. And I keep having to tell you and repeating, that's a problem, right? So in the process of it, I got mad and said, okay, you dumb as rocks. I'm not finna sit here and keep going. And he instantly got upset because I don't call him dumb, stupid, and be ready to fight anybody that try. But because I got frustrated, I came at you dumb as rocks. It's like, listen, I'm laughing now because we fixed it. And I did apologize to him for it. But it was like, Mom, don't call me dumb. Mom, don't do that. He just instantly just got upset. Y'all, I had to sit there and listen to this dude pop off because I was wrong. I was wrong. I don't care how wrong he was in this conversation. You never call your child. I don't care how old they are, stupid or dumb. You never call anybody that. And I taught them not to say that. Kelly said, yeah, that's not it. Oh, no. Yep. Kelly was waiting. What she say? Yes. And because Kelly know that we've had heated conversations before, and I'd be like, B. When I get quiet, that's the sign of this stuff is about to get handsy around here. Me getting loud is like, let me get this out. Let me get this done. You're yelling, so you've upset me. Because of him yelling and him trying to pick, I'm like, you're picking apart this conversation to make it seem like this is my fault. No, sir. And when I said you dumb as rocks, my child flipped off. I said, yep, he's mine. And I'm going to stand by him. He belongs to me. He straight went in. And I let him go. Never cussed, y'all. Never cussed. He never said a cuss word. Bree laughing. Bree laughing because she know B don't do that. That's not B. Like that's not his normal characteristic. But he straight went in, and I just sat there and let him go. I was like, "Yep, just go ahead and get." You didn't know he get mad. Nobody knows he get mad, but when he do, it's always with me though, Kelly. Kelly, yeah. Kelly's seen it before. Brandon gets upset. But because he's so mild mannered most of the time, he he doesn't okay, back to us saying what we portray, like who we are. BS to be this mild mannered, cool person, joking, laughing, God fearing, God loving musician. That's who he is. Y'all don't see that part of him because he never shows it until he's so mad. Like if I do something to him, he'll get mad like that because his thing is don't mom, don't do that to me. If somebody does something to me, that times five is B. Oh yeah, Kelly was just saying. I just looked down at Kelly's comment. Kelly said, "Yeah, when it's about me." She said he will pop off about his mama. Listen, when it's about me, Brandon going in, off, above, and beyond. He is about to go. I mean, Bree, you would probably be like, I don't know if I should say anything. Let me tell you, Ember shut down one time. Just like I don't want to talk to him though. Why people bothering you? Because we all know that that's a bad problem. Don't bother her. He almost went for a family member head about me, and I had to calm him down. That's how upset he got. She said, "No, I'm joining in. You gonna free? Yeah, we're gonna not need you not to be putting lightning fluid on the flame when he pop it off. Just we kind of let him just subside. We just be like, okay, go ahead and do deal with yourself, and then come on back. And I mean, it took him a long time. Like I had to call. Kelsey, yeah, that was bad. I had to call my sister Eve, his TT Eve, on him one day because I couldn't. I was sick and it was a lot going on, and I was like, I cannot calm him down. Amber couldn't calm him down, and I was like, okay, I'm calling reinforcements because that's all I got. I had two reinforcements that was serious throughout his life, and my sister-in-law passed away, and so it was. She said, Bree said, "No, I'm protecting little bro because why y'all making him mad in the first place?" And Kelly says, "Oh yeah, he be easy. He get angry about his mama." I'm like, yeah, he definitely does get angry about his mama. Listen, it was so to the point. I was like, I need backup, and so I called my sister Eve, and I was like, Eve. She was like, "What's wrong?" She said, "It's the way you say my name. What's happening?" I said, "We can't calm B down." She said, "Oh, what happened?" I told her what the situation was, and the reason why I'm not telling y'all what the situation is because there was a court case involved in this afterwards, and so we still have not settled the whole thing. So believe me, it's coming. I'll let y'all know. And so he was so upset, and she could hear him. I mean, he was cussing and everything, y'all. It was so bad. So he's walking back and forth. Yes, Kelly, I had. And Kelly was like, "Right, don't you say nothing." So he's walking back and forth, and he mad. I mean, his mouth is going, and I'm just like, I can't come. And she was like, "Is that him?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Okay." I said, "He'll be telephone." She was like, "Okay, let me get myself prepared." She said, "Yep, I'm ready." So I was like, here, telephone. I don't want the phone. I don't want the phone. I'm like, it's your TTE. Instant calm down. Instant calm down. Y'all, it's something about him and his TTs. It's the two TTs. Well, three. It's three of them that have his heart on lock. Like literally can calm him down instantly. His TT Mickey, his TT Eve, and my sister-in-law who passed away, his TT Michelle. And so they have him. I mean, locked have him. And so when I said his Eve, he went, "You call my TT Eve on me." I said I did. Because I can't. Brent, I can't even deal with you right now. I really, I want to, but I don't feel well. And I gotta call for reinforcements. And he took the phone and he went in the other room. Y'all, he wasn't gone with that phone for about 3 minutes. He came back totally a different person, back to himself. It was like, she got on the phone. She says he cool. I said, yeah, he all right. He has sat down and he chilling. She said he don't want her to be upset with him. Right. Exactly. So it was like okay, all right. And I just sat there and was like, oh, thank you. She said, call me back if he go off again. But I truly, she said, I understand after talking to him and I let him tell me what's happening. She said, I understand why he mad. I'm mad too. I'm about to come over there. And I was like, okay. She said, when I get there, I'm gonna talk to him, but then we gonna talk and then I'm gonna take care of this situation. And I was like, okay, not a problem. But she was on it. It was like, we not doing that. Bree says it's a different level of respect. I'm like that what my mama called my aunt or my uncle G. Listen, you gotta know your people and you gotta know who to call for your kids, especially when you know that your kid could end up in trouble. Because we weren't that far from the person who, like, literally weren't living that far from the person who caused all this drama. And he was ready to go. When he disappeared on me, I was like, where did he go, y'all? But I'm like, Amber, go find your brother. Because at this point, I'm like, I don't know where he went. I need to make sure he's not doing nothing that I'm going to have to get him out of jail for. I need y'all, because that's not him until you mess with his mama. And so with that, y'all, that's why I said I love that Bree was like, wait, I didn't know he get mad. We're back to who you show yourself to be. Yes, he has that side where he ready to pop off. We all have that anger side that comes out when we get angry. We either gonna pay attention to what happened or we not. Certain things people say, so when they say to be not gonna listen to them. He ignore them like I ignore people and go about his business. I ain't got time for that. That's too much energy to put into you. Cause I tell him all the time, how much energy you giving them? Be are we giving energy today, or are we gonna let the people just be the people? That's what we are. We're gonna allow you to just be you, cause ain't nobody got time for that. At this point, a lot of people like Bree don't know that he catches an attitude, that he will get upset, that he can yell, that he even lifts his voice. But I know it. I mean, I'm his mama. I know it, but it's literally like that's who he is. But I love that people question his mama. Let me tell you, they will question me about this child because they've never seen that side. So when I say it, what you do to him? Like this don't make sense. What exactly did you do? What you say to make him that upset? And I'm like, wow. But as y'all heard me, I said you dumb as rocks. That was all. That was it. I don't call me out my name. That's his thing. You don't call me mom. You said my name means something, and when you name me that, that's all people should call me. So don't call me outside of my name. And I had to acknowledge that. I hurt his feelings. I had to acknowledge that I said something wrong. I was out of line. I don't care how mad I was out of line. And I let it, because I'm stubborn, so I let it fester for a second. about 5-10 minutes. And then I apologized to him. I was like, you know what? I have to get myself together because apologizing means something. It be your kids that throw your wisdom back in your face. Yeah, that's true, Bree. It do. It definitely be your kids. I'm like Kelly said a mess. I apologized to him and we had a conversation afterwards where he acknowledged his wrongdoings and realized, because I had to come back after that, after I apologized. After I apologized to him and told him what it was, I had to literally say, okay, you nitpick a conversation. You take little pieces, put it together, and you turn the conversation around to be that you're the victim of it. I don't like that. I had to calm myself down and say, okay, instead of just calling you dumb as rocks, let me bring you back around here. Because I straight went hood. Dude, that was stupid. But then we're going to come back around to this and no, no, no. Okay. So you nitpick. And I explained it to him because that's the way his mind works too. He's extended. So I told him, this is what's going on. You nitpick that. You turn it around on you. None of this was any of this my fault at all. Like none of this. If we go back through it, it's something I did. This literally was on you and decisions you made. And he had to acknowledge that. But it's the way you talk to people, about people, and when you're addressing them. So, yes, what you said, it hurt. Words hurt. Words do hurt. Just like sticks and stones, words hurt you mentally, emotionally, and after a while, when you holding on to that stuff physically, because your body gonna take a toll from all of that hurt that you holding on to if you don't get it out. Luckily, I've taught my son that if you upset about something, say something. Don't hold on to that. Let that go. We're not carrying stuff over. So, in the process of everything yesterday, we got a chance to talk about it and get what we need to get done. We had a conversation with Kelly about business stuff afterwards. We went right back to mode. Kelly said, yes, that delivery can be massive. Yes, it can, especially when it's coming from me. Because, again, I'm pretty blunt about stuff. So I know that I know how to get him. And I think what it was with me was, let me just shut him down real quick. But in the process, I was angry. So I shouldn't have done it that way. And I won't do it again. My whole thing with him is like, it's a different way of stuff. So now he has figured out too, yeah, let me stop playing with my mama with these situations when stuff happen. Acknowledge that I did something wrong and keep going. I was like, you've been around me 25 years. And in 25 years, you know when you're doing something wrong that I'm not going to appreciate or like. But you're not going to send me into a mental turmoil because of something that you decided to do or not do. You know what I'm saying? So I make it be to the place of laughing at Kelly now. I make it be to the place of you have to acknowledge that you're not gonna mess with my mental, you're not gonna shake me up. We're gonna make sure that you understand and remember who I am. I don't like stuff like that. I don't like manipulation. at all. So when you start doing that, I'm straight gonna cut you with it. Let's go. Let's stop that right now where it is, and let's adjust that. But that's who I am. So because that's who I am, and people know who I am, that's the way they treat me. Don't manipulate her. Don't try it, because she gonna call you out. God has given me the spirit of discernment, so I catch it before it started. I'd be like, don't come with foolishness. Hey, before you get to me, fix that. I'm quick for a fix that. Hey, no. I don't want to hear that today. I am allergic to foolishness. I've been saying this for years. I am allergic to foolery. Okay? But God has given me an anointed. I have my own anointment for this. Okay? Not an ointment. It's an anointment. I don't deal with foolishness well. I'm allergic, and if I break out, it's going to be a problem. That's what I've been saying for years about that part. So I need people. Kelly, stop laughing at me. I need people to understand that I don't have time for that. So in the process of that, I'm teaching people literally how to treat me after all these years of going back and forth with life. I'm now teaching people how to treat me. And people are acknowledging, because I will cut you off. You don't know how to treat me? Okay, good. I get it. You can't change. I understand that you are continuing on to do whatever you're doing. Fine. Then I've adjusted myself, and I'm just going to move on to leave you where you are so you can fix you. That's down to my name, y'all. I'm real open about this. Like, I changed my name. I actually stopped using my the other birth name. I'm gonna call it that. The birth name some years back, right? And so working through all of this and getting everything together, this year I've been really adamant between last year, the end of last year, and this year, of making sure that people know my name is Tennille. Please call me that. All that other stuff you calling me, no. The previous name, no, because, well, the book will tell you about that. But anyway, no. So you're not gonna just call me what you want to call me. You're gonna call me Tennille. That's my name. I need you to stick with that. My name is Tennille on my birth certificate too. I need y'all to get that. Like, understand where we are. So I need you to understand that's my name. Call me by my name, and don't call me what you want to call me. I can't go there with you. So that's a sign of respect for me. Calling me that previous name is disrespectful. If you didn't know, then I'm gonna give you one chance to figure it out. Hey, that's not my name. I've had people at church that have been knowing me for years and decades, and walked up to me like, "Oh, hey," and calling me by the name, and I'm like, "No, no, that's not my name anymore. I'm sorry. It's Tennille." And it's like, oh, okay. Now I thought this was gonna be a problem. I thought this, next Sunday they're gonna forget again. It's gonna be an issue. And the lady came in and said, Tennille, got it, don't I? I figured that thing out quick. I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. She said, I know how you are, and I know that you did this for a reason. You don't just do stuff just to be doing stuff. You don't do stuff for attention. So it had to be for a reason. She said, and I want to respect your reasoning. I don't need to know what it is. I just need to know that you've done something, and it's for a reason. And out of that, I felt very respected, because you know me, that I wouldn't just do something. But you also know me, that I'm going to sit here and go, hey, because you're only going to get this other time, like I told you last week. So here we are, what, 2 weeks after, and she still got it. She's like, I got it. It's locked in. I told the kids. I let them know. I was like, thank you. She said, every time I see somebody, I'm like, that we know. She said, I make sure to change it on them. Hey, so I ran into T and call her Tennille. And then, okay, that's her name. Please don't call her nothing else. Call her Tennille. Her name is Tennille. And then, oh, okay, great. I guess they was like, as long as it ain't Tyrone, we good. Listen. Kelly says, when someone respects you completely, they will honor your current position. Yes, ma'am, definitely. And when they disrespect you completely, they will dishonor your current position on purpose. I need y'all to understand, people do stuff on purpose. She said, Bree said, child, listen, literally will disrespect you on purpose. And understand when, Kelly, facts. Understand when people are disrespecting you on purpose. I have to teach certain people. I had to do this a couple times. These were grown folks. Like, hey, you don't see that they're not respecting who you are? There she go. What you say, Kelly? Kelly has joined us on Clubhouse, y'all. Just to let y'all know.
Listen, you got me over here hollering.
I need you.
I really have no voice. My voice going in and out again. But baby, I am over here hollering.
I'm gonna need you to stop hollering and you barely got a voice. I need that voice later.
Okay, I just look. I had to come up because I'm like, if she ain't speaking the truth, if she is not freaking speaking the truth, people will sit there and hear it. They will hear it come out of your mouth, not word of mouth. They will hear it come out of your mouth. Respect what I'm saying, and I understand. Okay, maybe I need to say this differently. When it's coming out your mouth and it's a godly thing at the same time, honor what I'm saying. Honor how I'm bringing it, and respect that. But when you got somebody that is jealous, they are envious, they are angry, and they might not even be angry at you, but they angry at a situation, and you just so happen to be there. They will do everything possible to disrespect and dishonor what you are requesting, because they know that if you are granted something that you requested, that means you go get the glory on it. Period. And that's not right. I don't like stuff like that. So yes, girl, I've been over here hollering. But yeah, that's why I ain't come over. I'm on there. I'm here.
Listen, I done tapped in now. But listen, I'm telling y'all, people disrespect your life. They disrespect your being of who you are. People will disrespect your lifestyle. People will disrespect your God. They will disrespect who you are anointed and ordained to be. Oh man, God. So I'm trying not to say names because I'm real blunt. So I really do.
No names.
I know. I'm trying, Kelly. I'll change what I'm saying before I say somebody's name.
You can use an initial, but not a name.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that because people who know me know who it is.
Okay, then nothing.
Yeah, I'm going there, Bree. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to stay out of trouble with this. And now that my publicist on here, she ain't gonna let. See, God know where to let you on here right now. She's not gonna let me do it. There was, I had somebody tell me. Yeah, there you go. I had somebody tell me, oh, so now that you are licensed and ordained minister, mind you that, listen, you make decisions. Let me say this way. You make decisions for yourself, because I don't want this to be a blame game. You make decisions for yourself, and I could have said no. I could have said, we're not doing this. I could have said that ain't what's going to happen. But literally, when I got ordained and they knew that I was ordained minister and I had just started and was trying to get myself together, here they come approaching. I had people approaching me. Well, I had this person approach me on the sexual level. I had somebody else approach me on some hood stuff, trying to fight, because I had calmed down. I wasn't saying nothing. So folks found out, oh, she's a minister now. Oh, she's ordained now. Oh, she's in the church. Oh, she's doing, and they tried it. And some of them didn't make it. I mean, Bree, what you almost say, Bree? Bree, you bad. I'm trying to tell you. That part. That part. And yes, and to be honest, the people that came at me like that literally were still doing their dirt. And probably are still. I hope not. We praying over that. But still doing their dirt then. And you compare me to you because you mad that I made it to where I am, and you're not where you feel like you need to be. I accepted the call. I messed up after accepting the call. And then I came back to God and said, I mean, I've been 8 years, y'all, abstinent. And I'm like, I tell Kelly all the time, I'm going to need God to go and send me this husband now. 8 years? I thought 7 was the number of completion. What are we doing? You know, these is his rules. I was like, I need to go ahead and get this together. But in the process of all of that, I sit and I'm going, okay, I try to keep myself as together as I can. And in the process of it, people will still try it. Okay, you can't try me. Well, Toby in Wigway said, try Jesus. Try Jesus, don't try me. Cause I fight. I complete that sentence. Now most people just go try Jesus, don't try me. No, 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 no. Hear me and hear me well. Tanil gonna complete that because that's my lifestyle. Try me, don't try Jesus, don't try me because I throw hands. Try Jesus, don't try me because I fight. And I'm trying. I fight with my word. I fight with words. I fight with my hands. I will get real dirty with you, depending on how dirty you get with me and who you messing with in my family. Don't mess with my child. Everybody already know that. This is not something I can hide anymore. I used to be like, I ain't gonna tell people not to mess with my child because then they go mess with your child just to bother you. No, the people know this already. So they figured out, no, she a little off when it comes to him. Don't. He's the reason being is, and I'll tell you, we might argue and fight, but he is the only thing I owned outright. Do you understand? I didn't have to pay a layaway fee. I ain't have to go back and pay him off. I ain't had no interest payments, and I own when he was born, he was mine. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
I like that. I've never said it like that, but that's so true.
It is, and I've been saying this.
Even when we want to send them back sometimes because they get on our nerves.
Yes.
Like,
No returns. No exchanges. Best change with your best friend. That's all you got. Go to your auntie house. That's the way me and Pooh used to exchange. Just send me him and you take this one. We need some time apart. Me and Michelle, I was saying we would do it. We were so wrong with it. Me and my sister in law, because I'm all her kids' godmother and she's Brandon's godmother. When she was alive, we would send all four kids to one house. Who got them today? I'm like, who having the roughest day? Like, what's going on with you? And then she would tell me her side. Oh, I trumped you. This is what happened with me. And she would be like, okay, send them over here. Thank you. Give me a couple hours. Appreciate it. Now tomorrow she may win. I'd be like, send the kids to me. Like that's what we doing. That's how we made it through motherhood. We was both all of their mama. And it just worked out like that for us. But in the process of everything that happens, you still need to be on point with your stuff. And I'm on point when it comes to him. Don't mess with my child. He the same way with me. Don't mess with my mama. That's why I said my husband got some big shoes to fill. Cause Brandon gonna break it down for him. Don't do nothing wrong. That's gonna make me have to come see you. That's all I'm asking you to do. Like I already explained to him. If we having problems, I'm not gonna tell you. If I tell you, it's because I need you to come and have mama back. Like for real. This deep. It's either jail time or hospital time. Something happening. I need you to come. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Other than that, I ain't telling you nothing. Why? Because I'm not leaving that man. That's my husband. It's got to be over for me to call Brandon. I gotta definitely know that it's over. Because that means that I'm ending everything and I can go on about my business and just say that and do what I'm doing. I'm not gonna call my child into a situation where he just made an enemy. And his dad taught me that, which is funny. You just made an enemy out of my child and my husband, and I'm staying with him? No. Bruh. It had to be something like, dude swung at me, and I swung back, and I decided it's over for real. Like, I'm already calling the lawyer to get this all taken care of. So, bruh, come meet your mama, because I might need you to bond me out, or I may just need a witness. I'm just saying. That's where we at today. we are making sure that we are who we are, saying who we are, okay? Because I will keep going. That's gonna get me in trouble. Kelly say, "Yeah, I know. I could never tell the girls. I know. You, yes. Them babies right there, serious. So y'all, making sure that you're being social. We started out talking about being social. Being you in completion of who you are is being social. Being you 110% is being social. Making sure that you are who you want people to see you as, that you are not portraying to be, that you have become. Like if you got to take a course, if you got to sit with yourself and Jesus for about a year, and study your word, if you got to go and take a retreat and go off and, get one with the Lord, if you need to go somewhere and find your center, that's up to you to do whatever it is that you got to do to become the person that you want people to see when they see you. Because one of the main things with me is I want people to see Christ in me when they see me. When you start talking to me, I want you to know that there's God here. God is all in this. Because I'm telling you, I'm quick for a lot of things. People say stuff that make me want to swing at them, and I think back on who I used to be, and I go, you know what? You need to tell the Lord thank you right now. Let's just start praising him. Because the day he saved me, he saved you. Go ahead. Just get your praise on. I'm going to shout with you. Let's go. I need people to understand that. Because this could have ended differently. I could be sitting up there talking about, hey, when you get up off the ground, just want to let you know, God had nothing to do with that swing. I'm just saying. There was no God in it at all. Everything about this is setting yourself up for people to see you how you want them to see you. Like right now, I know some people like, this here preacher is trippy. I want you to see me as real. And this is who I really am. I can be the sweetest person. I will help you out. I'm that business person. I'm very blunt. I am that mother. I am that friend. I am that sister. I got your back. I'm going to push you to your next. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to help you build. I'm going to help you restore all that goodness. You resilient. I'm going to tell you plans. I'm going to help you out on that. We can take some classes. You can book me. We all down and all that. But you play with my son, I'm coming for your head. That's what I'm saying. I've already laid who I am out. Those are my characteristics right there. We'll pray with you until we done cried out and we both got the ugly face. But we'll beat you until your face is ugly if you bother my family. She said, period. Free co-sign and be cracking me up. I'm telling you. It be on point. But that's just what it is. And that's what's happening and who it is. So we were talking about all of making sure that we're being social. This is a year, y'all. Pandemic has happened, and no, Corona has not left. I need people to understand it is still around and about. It's seriously, people are catching this, and it's coming in stages because they're releasing it in stages. I'm just saying. So the flu is out there still. Still be careful. All of that goodness. But it's time to be social again. It's time to get out. F2G has started putting on events again. So we're out where people can come out and hang out with us. We had an amazing time at our last sound check. We're doing another sound check in February for Valentine's Day. Bree, we going to need you. So we're trying to get, yes, we're trying to get everything back in order where we can be social and talk to people and still understand that there are boundaries for people. But when you look at me and you see me out in these streets, don't be out there talking crazy because I'm just gonna look at you. Yeah, words can hurt people who allow you to hurt them. Mentally, I'm stable. Mentally, I'm secure. It ain't too much you can say to me that's gonna trigger me. I'm in that place of I'm not quiet no more when it comes to stuff, but I'm in that place of are you worth my time? Are you worth the air that I would give off or breathe out to say what I need to say to you? My old job better send me my W-2 now. Listen, things. So it's literally making sure that you are set up to be in your next because being social opens doors. Being social opens up a place for you to be out there, for people to find you, for your husbands to find you, for your wives to see you, for opportunities to be available for you to walk through doors. You have to be social. These days it ain't about what you got; it's about who you know. So you want to make sure that you are connecting with people and making those secure points. You also want to make sure that while you're being social, you are socially you. 110%. I don't want to see you. I'm telling you about me personally. I don't want to see you outside on one day and you being one way. And then you go to another day and you being somebody else. And then another day you being something. There's a difference between culture, what they say, Kelly, I can't remember the term for this. What is it? It's not culture shock. It's
Culture.
say that again, Brianna.
Cultivated.
Yeah, when you switch back and forth, depending on who you're around. I couldn't hear you.
Code switching?
Code switching. There you go. Yes. Code switching. I'm like, it's bipolar, really. So yeah, the that code switching stuff is not, it's not something that you want to do all the time. I get that people do that in business. I get that because Brandon says that I have a business voice that turns on. I have the preacher's voice. I have me when I'm just talking. I have that we kicking back and we lay back talk on my voice. That's in my voice, but my characteristics don't change. It's a difference between making sure that you are business professional when you're at work and being you, cut words or whatever when you're at home, and being a totally different person. Like today, I'm just full on me, and I'm a sweet person, and I'm just talking to you, and then the next day, I'm just completely nasty all day, and that's just what I'm doing. I'm nasty when I'm around certain people. No, you adjust in your lifestyle. You are that. That is bipolar. That is some schizophrenia stuff. God is not double minded. That is not what you should be doing. You are one person. Stop being five. Pick a side. Like go through all those multiple personalities and pick one. But if you switch back and forth like that, and that's what you do, well, I'm around Tay Tay today, so I'm gonna be this mean, evil person, and then I'm over here with JoJo, so I'm gonna be this, that, and the other. Then I get over here and I'm gonna be sweet. No, 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 no. Because what if I'm in all three of those circles with you, and I see that when we're around these people, that's where you act. I'm calling you out. So, and in front of people. Cause I'd be like, so you Nana today? Yesterday you was Naisha. Today you Nana. And tomorrow, what we doing? Because that's not somebody I want to work with. That's not somebody I'm gonna open a door for. That's not somebody, because that's gonna fall back on me. So I'm not gonna put my name out there for you. I'm not gonna put you on a platform to speak because I don't know who I'm gonna get. I need to know that you solid all the way across the board. That you're the same you that you're supposed to be. And I know that you're going to pop off if something said. Like, I want people to I want to be able to do you like people do me. Like, they sit there and go, oh, you said the wrong thing. Because now we know yep, I need you to know who I am. Guys, the word says, know those who labor among you. Know them. Know them enough to know that if you poke them too much, they going to get mad because you poking me. Stop poking the bear. Be ready to adjust your life to fit in with what God's plan is. Become who He called you to be. Ask God who you're supposed to be. Stop trying to figure you out on your own all the time. Hey, God, who is it that you created me? Who did you see? I ask God a lot. Lord, let me see myself the way you see me. And He has corrected me. He corrected me one time so bad, I was like, whoa, I'm going to change that. I'm sorry. I apologize. I did not know that offended you. Got it. Noted. Changed it. And we're going to leave that where it's at. Understood. He has corrected my facial expressions. Y'all listen. It takes me a lot because my emotions, my feelings, all of that be on my face. So as soon as you say or do something, my facial expression is a response. I literally have to change my facial expression. There's this one expression I would do that pretty much somebody told me if looks could kill, you just murdered everybody in this room. And I'm like, I didn't even know I was making a face. And it just got real bad. It was really bad. Can I say, girl? Yes, it does. Forget you, Kelly. So, yeah, so it got so bad to the point where Brandon was telling me, like, Mom, I haven't seen that face on you in a long time, and it scared me. And I'm like, okay, I got to fix that. Apparently, I have a face that lets people know things about to get dangerous. So I was like, God, can we fix whatever's in my heart that causes that? Can we fix whatever it is? Like, can you show it to me, though? Like, so I can know what it is. So if it come about again, I can be like, devil. Mm-mm. I know what you're trying to do. So I've adjusted those things out. I've learned to be around certain people in a very calm manner because I know that you're gonna trigger that. So I'm not gonna come at you or come in that room with an attitude. Hello, how you doing? I'm cordial. I hope you're doing good today, and I keep walking. If you come up to me, hey, yep, what you need? Okay, let me take care of that. You can go back to your table, and you can go back to your seat. I'm gonna take care of that. Thank you. Yeah, and I'm gonna move on because I really want me to be able to be who God called me to be, and I want everybody to see who I am, not who they wanted me to be, not who they tried to make me out to be, not who they told folks I was, not the rumors that they started about my life, not the plans that they had when they was trying to trick me into stuff, not the stuff that I did when I was 16 years old. No, I am this 46-year-old woman who is an entrepreneur and CEO of F2G everything. I am a mother. I am a minister. I am a minister of movement. I am a friend, a sister. I want to say I'm a hood counselor. I will come on here and talk to you and try to give you as much information as I can and bring you right back to the Lord. So we gonna joke, we gonna laugh, but we gonna get to your points that you need to fix or you need to go. And I don't hold nothing back. So if you do something and I catch it, I talk to God quick too. I be like, Lord, do I say something in my head? That's how quick it be. When He say yes, I go. If He say no, I'm like, And like Kelly and Brandon have told me, a few other people, my mean a lot to them. They wait, why you for? What's the for?
For real, when she do it, you immediately start checking yourself and everybody around you. Hold on, wait. Who is she looking at? When she look your way. If y'all didn't know, still look your way. If that coming to you, oh, it's for you. And you like, hold on, wait. What did I say? What was I doing? What that mean? I need to know what that mean. And she be like, nah, you heard, saw, revealed something. The prophetic self. What was it?
Oh my gosh, you got me over here laughing, and they hear me on this on Facebook. It is bad. It is bad. I'm working on that because she ain't lying. It's either God revealed something to me, I saw something, or like literally you said something that I caught you in a lie, or what you saying ain't true, and you don't even know it ain't true yet. But I'm like, that ain't gonna happen, and it's so a lot of that be like, and if you say something that's just real out there, I'm like, I'm gonna evaluate that later. I'm gonna get back to them on that, but I don't want to call you out in front of nobody right now. Like literally, if it's something God says, hold that.
I don't even know what she already called you out in front of everybody.
It happens sometimes, but it's you know what God calls me out when I say stuff. Y'all will hear me myself. I've done it. And they'll be like, T, get it together. Like whatever that was, God straight just done corrected me in myself. How do you do that? Because He God. So I've given off a few scriptures, y'all. I have no addresses for any of them. I'm gonna have to go back and find them and put them in the chat. But we'll make sure we do that. Or you can do what I tell y'all to do all the time. That's y'all assignment. We're gonna do it that way. Okay. If you're listening on the replay or if you are watching on Facebook Live right now or on YouTube or on Clubhouse and you're listening in, go ahead and find those scriptures, drop them in the chat. Let us know you found them. I might even run a competition. Maybe I'll give something away if it's a person that can give me all of them. Yeah, we're going to do that. Go. You hear me, Kelly? We're going to put that in. So just blink the little microphone if you caught that. There you go. All right. So we're gonna do that and get something away for the person that can come back with those addresses. And I'm going to verify them. Know that I'm going to look them up. But in the process of all of that, making sure that your affirmation is stuck in your head today, the morning social is get social. So your affirmation today is I'm social and I'm me 100%. I'm social and I'm me 100%. Now, in the process of saying that you're social and that you're you 100%, make sure that you're a you that you would hang out with. Make sure that you're somebody that you would be cool being around. Don't give us the extra and then you over there like, man, I wouldn't even hang out with me right now. No, be happy with you. Don't start making yourself go through drama because believe me, drama comes behind that. So if you know that this is some things that you do, there's some things that you do that you wouldn't want to be around, stop. Take them 21 to 90 days that Bree told us about. Go and fix that. It is okay to adjust your life. All right, so y'all, let's get to these affirmations. I mean, confessions. We done did the affirmation. We're gonna go into the confessions. I'm trying to lean because I got it blocked. All right, Isaiah 42:9. We will not live in the old. We will live in the new. We will be anointed with fresh oil. We will walk in new strength. We will connect with new people. We will walk through new doors. Isaiah 1:19, we are willing and obedient, and we will eat the good of the land. Isaiah 2:5, we will walk in the light of the Lord. Isaiah 8:18, we are a sign and a wonder. Isaiah 9:4, every yoke and burden is broken over our lives. Now you're going to make it personal. Every yoke and burden is broken over my life. Now add your name. Make it real personal. Every yoke and burden is broken over to Neil's life. Kelly or Brianna, y'all want to say the confirmation up out loud while I'm choking myself over here.
Every yoke and burden is broken over. Every yoke and burden is broken over Brianna's life.
Amen. Y'all gave me time enough to fix myself. And we putting it out in the atmosphere. We putting it out in the atmosphere. No, we don't sit there and worship the universe. We worship God. We understand who Jehovah is. We know that He is the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending of our life. He is the author and the finisher of our faith. So I am excited to be able to say that today. I feel like this is giving people a moment to be able to recreate themselves in God. And your recreation is who you want people to see you to be. And will God be pleased with who you chose? Because He gives us free will to become whoever we're going to become. He already put in us the person that He wants us to be, but He also gives us free will to change who we are, or if we get shifted, to change back to who He called us to be. So if you ever want to be who God called you to be, tell Him that. God, make me who you are, who you want me to be. Make me who you decided that I am. Show me that blueprint. If I ever say anything, correct me. If I ever do anything, correct me. I want to hear you clearly. And then go back and change it. And keep reminding yourself to change it. Get a journal, write it down. I changed this today on this date. And every day go back to your list. That's 21 to 90 days. Sometimes you forget along the way. It's just like a diet, because some of y'all, we start the diet, and then by the third week we ain't on the diet no more. We done had pizza, we done had cookies, and now everything shifted. Now we up there talking about, man, it's been 9 months. I need to start over. Write it down, put it up where you see it every day, and go back and remind yourself every morning. Like, today I am not doing this today because I'm going to be a new person. That's how I got to my 8 years abstinent, y'all. I made myself decide, and then I reminded myself of who I was daily. And it was not easy, because that phone call was literally like, I want to make that, but I can't. And then I kept reminding myself why. I had a why. Your why is important, right? They say that in business. Your why is important. Your why is important in your life too. Because I kept telling myself why not to call this person. Don't call him, because this come with that, this come with that, this come with that, and this come with that, and all of those things are the things that made you almost lose your mind the first time. And after I made that confession to myself and told myself I wasn't going to do it, I had a pastor preach, and when she was preaching, I can say this name. Pastor Monique was preaching one day, and I was in there, and she said, I don't know who this for, but whoever it is that's thinking about going back to him, if you go back this time, you ain't going to be able to get out. Baby, slapped me with a ton of bricks, and I was like, that was for me. I'm not getting stuck nowhere. No, we're not going to do that. She said, you're going to regret it this time. And it's going to be something left there that you can't get rid of. Nope. We're not doing that, because the first time I got stuck anywhere and couldn't get out, I ended up with Brandon, and he here for the rest of his life. I'm good. I am good. One child. I'm good. I don't need nothing stuck to me for the rest of my life. knife that I don't want to have. I'm good. I adjusted and became mom. I'm great. Okay, I had the experience. It's over with. I'm good. It's time to move on. So today, I want y'all to go about y'all day and do good. Do good things. Talk good things. Speak life over people. Cut down and cut down and make sure that you do not receive any negativity that anybody is coming for. You know, when I say cut down, I don't mean just go in fighting. I mean stop it right there. The devil is a liar. I bind up any sayings, anything you could be acting like, all of that goodness. Cut it all down. Start speaking in tongues on them. If you got a tongue, use it. You can sit there and start a ratakai. You go right in. I bet you they stop talking to you. Probably think you're a little off too. But in the process of that, it gets people away from you enough time for you to turn around and go, thank you, Jesus. And that's where I'm at today. So move forward. Make sure that you are enlightening yourself. Make sure that you are talking to other people and give people a notion to be able to do today too. Go about and make sure you spread that affirmation because people need to know it. But it's been fun. And I'm sitting here looking at my bacon sandwich like it's about time for me to eat. So I love y'all. See y'all.